I like to call him the anti-SJW SJW.
TheQuartering has built a very public reputation as a social climber.
An even bigger neckbeard than me.
So this is who Jeremy from TheQuartering really is. This is his true colors. This is who he actually is as a person.
I'm one of those weirdos that qualify as anti-SJW. Oh yeah, I'm not woke. I don't like woke. I despise it. So obviously I am familiar with TheQuartering's work, and I do like it and I appreciate it. But every time I try to look for one of his videos, I see a lot of videos hating on him. And I think that's strange. All these people giving him criticism, right? And no one's really doing it in a fair and unbiased way. People are just riding the wave, going with algorithms. So I wanted to check it out. I am unbiased. I'm anti-SJW, but I'm super unbiased. So I was like, let's check this out and give a real fair opinion. Guys, hit the like button, drop some comments, let me know what you think about this as you're watching it. Share the video as well. Kind of knocked out the algorithm, and it would help out a lot if you share and do all those other things. All right, let's get straight into it.
I could talk about how lazy and brain dead his content is. He just sits there and reads articles, doing no extra research. Like when he uploaded a video about how a primary school apparently had litter boxes in the bathrooms for students that identified as cats.
There's stories swirling all over the internet about a Michigan school allegedly putting litter boxes in their bathrooms for students who identify as cats or who are, I guess, furries in the school. Now, of course, they've denied these claims, and we'll have to leave it up to you to figure out who's telling the truth here.
Bro, you're the one making the video. How is it up to me to figure out the truth? The school says it isn't the case. There's been no evidence of this being the case. So why pretend like it is? It's so lazy.
Well, first things first, right? You have a lot of friends that do the same type of content as TheQuartering. Let's just be clear, right? But you're not going to call them out. I think that you're even going to reference Tommy C, who just does live streams. And I'm not even saying that there's anything wrong with that. Whatever your style of content is your style of content. But it seems really crazy that you're quick to throw those stones at TheQuartering, but you ignore it when it comes to other people. Like Tommy C ain't the only one. Tipster does the same form of content. There's a plethora of people that do similar content, right? They just talk about maybe different topics. I don't think that's a big deal, right? Like there's not many people that's actually putting in the amount of time or editing into certain videos for whatever reason there is. Me, I like to do both. I do the content where I'm just engaging and talking, and then I'll do my edited content as well.
Jeremy's content is so lazy, he will have a sponsorship to read for a video and accidentally cut it off halfway through reading it, ending the video early.
Use code TheQuartering at checkout at Meta PCs. I know I'll be getting myself a brand new one before the...
Do they get half their money back since you only read half their sponsorship?
I'm going to be honest with you. That was a petty one. That was petty. Like, I get it. If it's a funny joke, cool. Then you ask for the money. Like, is he going to have to give half the money back? I get it. It's a joke. That was a petty point, bro. That was extremely petty. It was just like, hey, look, this one video out of thousands. It ended short, fam. Like, come on, bro. That is mad petty. Whoa.
TheQuartering's the type of guy that'll say something in a video that could be interpreted as racist or homophobic, and he'll catch himself, but he'll just forget to edit it out. I don't know if I've ever seen somebody start a sentence with, "It's not a false equivalency," and then realize by the end he just made a false equivalency.
It's not a false equivalency. My entire point is simple. Change one word. Imagine me saying, hey, I just started exclusivelygames.com. I'm only hiring white people, straight white males, because I mean, the entire industry is full of, LGBT or women. Now, I guess that wouldn't be a fair equivalency.
No shit. You should have edited that out.
Yeah, he should have edited the clip out, because God forbid anyone sees that he's a human being who makes mistakes and is willing to correct himself and admit when he's wrong. We don't ever need to see that from content creators. Ain't that right, Willie? We don't ever, that smug ass look on his face. He's just sitting there all smug and whatnot. We don't ever want to see that. And also the whole, he's transphobic and he's doing homophobic. He's saying you sound real SJW, right? And if you're titling this video that, right, saying that he's an SJW, why are you using SJW tactics, right? Just like, it don't make sense to me. I'm just saying.
Jeremy likes cartoons, maybe a little bit more than most people. He was angry about a remake of She-Ra.
For those of you that don't know, this is the original She-Ra. How She-Ra probably should look. Let's take a look at the original beauty from the 80s.
Yo, what the fuck?
Notice that it went from a princess, right? Because that was okay back in the 80s, femininity. You know, it was okay for women to be women. Nowadays, that's different, right? We want all of our women to be androgynous or male-like. And notice now all of a sudden she's an orphan. Why? Who knows? Yes, that's right. On the left is the new She-Ra. She-Ra. And here is old She-Ra. I don't know if you notice anything here, but that's a man.
Is it just because she doesn't have big tits, Jeremy?
Even if that was the only point, so what? So what? If the Quartering wants to crack a joke on how She-Ra is flat now, she call her Flat Ra. It's just like those real men, you looking like Thor. They got She-Ra out here looking like Thor. Then he can make those types of jokes. I don't understand what's the big deal. WillyMac's video seems like it's the SJW video to be, right? If we're going based off of his definitions. I don't know. No, I know. It does. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Jeremy is the most woke YouTuber I know. He talks more about LGBT, race, and diversity than any other creator.
So because he calls out things that's woke, that by default makes him woke. So if your YouTube is filled with, like I've seen you call it the T channels and there's people that you think are horrible people, does that make you a piece of shit? Are you horrible? Because you talk about nasty and horrible people the most out of anyone. How far does this go? Are we going to go to true crime channel? Clearly, you're doing the crimes that you talk about on your YouTube channel, sir. Clearly, that's what you're doing because you talk about it a lot. So you must be committing those crimes. What else? What other examples? You an anime channel? You a cartoon? You are full animation, sir. You're not real. This is the Who Framed Roger Rabbit type of flow. Like he's talking out his ass.
Now he jerks off to cartoons, lesbian superheroes, and potentially gendered video game robots. But did you know he had a fetish? During a live stream, he accidentally showed his recent search history, and Force Cream Pie was the first thing that popped up. I wasn't really sure what that was, so I put it in Google, and a bunch of rape fetish porn popped up. I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do with that information, but since I'm forced to live with it, you should be too.
All right, so first off, if you think WillyMac is not a T channel, I don't know what. That yo Feb, he is screaming T channel tactics, T channel tactics. But more importantly, I don't really care what type of adult films you watch, right? That's not really something that like motivates me or get me to hate you. Everyone has their own likes and kinks. As long as it's consensual, I don't care. If everything's all good and it's legal and it's consensual, I don't care how you role play. Right? I think that people treating these things like they're so horrible is the cause to a lot of misunderstandings. Like I watch YouTubers all the time describe a BDSM relationship and they're like, oh, this man is so abusive, horrible. And I'm like, whoa, everything's consensual, bro. Just because you don't understand or you don't do it don't mean you have to like try to frame it a certain way. So yes, I don't care what kind of adult films the Quartering was watching. Like, what? Now, why is that like a big deal? Because you're a T channel now. I got you. Always been one. I feel you. You just talk about things less. That way they're not on to you doing the same tactics that they do. Got it. Damn, that's crazy. If only someone who was in the T community was able to spot that. No, y'all was just intimidated by the commentary. Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure.
One time his wife left his drunk ass in the basement while she went and got pizza for herself, and he was molding the whole time.
My wife went out for pizza without me, and I'm angry about it. So I'm going to win this round, and I'm going to pee. If I don't win this round, I'm going to pee in my own basement.
And he doesn't mean pee in the basement bathroom. Oh, no. See, he's mad at his wife, so he's going to pee on the basement floor.
I don't have a toilet down here. All I have is a drain in the floor. I feel like we're going to have to use it, though. Get up! Get up! No! My God. I just peed in my basement. No, not in the kitty litter. Just in the drain. In the drain.
I'm going to be honest with y'all. I've reacted to people doing that so many times on YouTube. I'm at a point where it's just like, yeah, whatever. I'm going to roast it. Like maybe crack some jokes, and other than that, I don't really care. It is what it is. If you give him criticism for that, I think that's fair. But I also think that it's not fair to drag that for centuries, fam. I've spoken about people doing that last week, and I already haven't spoken about it since, fam. So, like, yeah, that was one nasty thing that happened. Yeah.
He wants to upload a video completely shit-faced.
This platform is crumbling from the inside out, and they have abandoned creators. I feel so powerless. More and more creators are reaching out to me who are being taken advantage of by people promising to be sponsors, and then they get their channel stolen, their livelihood stolen, and I can't do anything about it.
And I can't do anything about it.
Maybe I'm just old as hell now. I don't really find that funny because I'm actually listening to what he's saying, right? And that sounds crazy. So if he got on here drunk and was going crazy over this, that sounds pretty serious, bro. That sounds like a reason, if any, right? I do think that you should keep your frame and remain calm. But if you're drunk and you know, in your bag over that, okay. Like, fam, I don't really. Yo, and I've probably watched this clip because 1,000 people talk about this. Like, oh, it's so horrible. Look at him. Ha, 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 ha. Okay, if you find it funny, comedy's subjective, but this don't really do it for me. It's not really pointing him out to be some horrible person. Like, necessarily, to me. It's not proving it to me.
I make these videos. I make another video. I ask you all to please like it and share it and tag you YT creators on Twitter. Please do that with this one too, because it's literally the only freaking thing I can do. Nothing.
It's okay, Jeremy. I still appreciate your efforts, man.
Actually, it makes a lot of sense as to why Willie Mac thinks that kind of stuff is funny. I do remember there was a time when I was getting striked to oblivion and doxxed, and I could have lost my channel. I did reach out to as many people as I could to try to get help, maybe even some advice, something. Willie Mac was one of those people. That dude ignored the hell out of me, fam. He didn't care. He didn't give a damn. I bet you if I had contacted TheQuartering, maybe bare minimum, maybe I would have got some advice, right? And I've never even had a conversation with him. But it seems like he actually cares, right? He doesn't want creators to lose their platform. Willie Mac, though, ha ha. You were upset about people losing their livelihood in platforms and everything. Ha ha ha. That's funny. It's because Willie Mac don't give a damn. Most of these commentary guys don't really give a damn. They do it like with each other, maybe, if they're cool with each other. But I'm the type of person that if I stand for something, even if I dislike somebody, I'm still going to let it be known when they're done wrong if I disagree with what's being done. I've done it on a plethora of occasions, which is why I have a lot of people that don't like me. It's because I don't do the whole play the fence bull crap. I'm going to let you know when you're wrong. I don't care how many subscribers you have. If I personally think that you're wrong and I want to give my opinion, I am going to do such. Nothing's going to stop me. I don't care how many people go in the comment sections and give their opinions on how horrible I am and bad take and yada, 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 like most of the commentary community people do. That never really bothered me in any way, shape, or form. So just from what I've seen and from me actually being in horrible spots, right? And this ain't me being petty or even bitter about that, but with this subject in mind, it makes a lot of sense that Willie Mac wouldn't give a damn about other creators unless it was beneficial to him. Didn't he talk about the Pie Man thing, right? Like he did stick up for the Pie Man situation. I do believe that might have been a little bit after the fact. Even if it was, I'm not going to really give him too much hate for that, right? You know what I mean? But I do think that he actually doesn't care. I do think that he'll stand up for certain people when it looks beneficial to him. Like, I don't know, making John Swan look bad so I could build my following because John Swan looking bad is trending and things of that nature. When it comes to like just something that won't benefit him necessarily, I don't think he really stands up. And maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he just don't like me. That's a possibility. Maybe I'm trash, right? In his eyes. And he like, nigga, I ain't helping you. You make fun of my friends. You ain't never said a bad word about me, but you made fun of my friends. Maybe that's what happened. Who knows?
Jeremy is very soft. He once nuked his entire Twitter because people were making fun of his dumb tweets so much. Where did all my tweets go? I am changing my approach to Twitter. Fewer tweets, fewer fights, and more chonky dog and cat photos. This is about taking responsibility and taking action. I am very close to leaving Twitter altogether, but I think this will help. So many positive comments in here, but also loads of cancer too. Just proves I was right to do this. You sound like as big of a snowflake as the people you criticize.
That's a stretch. I think that's a real big stretch, fam. Are you serious? Like, I hate to use your friends are doing this, but a lot of the people that you associate with delete their tweets on a regular basis, sometimes even their entire Twitters, maybe even try to blame it on them being censored. Then they come back with a new name, right? Like, fam, come on, bro. Like, you got to cut this out. That's so crazy. There's a clear bias, right? Clear bias. But I don't think deleting a few tweets and deciding to move accordingly is wrong, right? I don't think that's like a big deal, right? There's been times when I've looked back at an old video and said, I could do that one better. And then I'll unlist it and recreate the video and do my points better. It doesn't mean, oh, well, you're a snowflake. Nah, I genuinely do not care about people's opinion against me. Like, to be honest, you can have your opinion. I don't care. I don't give a damn. I've never turned my comments off on anything. The only people that I block are people that promote, right? If you start posting links, I've had that. People will talk a bunch of crap. They see that I'm not paying attention or not like giving them any kind of attention in any way, shape, or form. And then they'll make a video or find a video that's talking shit about me and spam that link on every comment, on every reply underneath my comment section. I'm going to block you to oblivion. And then you're going to cry like, oh, look, he doesn't like opinions. It's like, you just shared a video lying on me or saying whatever. Just either way, promoting another video, like 30 to 40, maybe even, sometimes it's been hundreds of times. Like, it's crazy. It's really nasty out here in these streets. So those type of people, those obsessed losers, which I think are creators from sock accounts, more than likely. I can't prove that, but I don't know. I've caught a few creators admitting that they did have sock accounts that they would contact me on multiple times. Even after I blocked them, they would go to another account to contact me. So I wouldn't put it past them.
Jeremy has the amazing talent of turning things around into making himself look like the victim. He's the ultimate SJW. He once tried to cancel a fellow Magic the Gathering creator named Talarian College for saying it sounds like you traded up when replying to someone losing a follower on Twitter. Jeremy then makes a whole video saying how the guy supports political violence. Because of that one tweet, people then started calling the professor a Nazi, which upset him because he's Jewish. When the professor explained why that offended him because he had family who died in the Holocaust, Jeremy immediately twisted into making himself the victim.
I received so many comments about Nazis and the Holocaust and my being one and what I'm doing. And, you know, most of my family died in concentration camps.
Did you just evoke concentration camps to strengthen your video about mean tweets?
No, he's saying why he's not a Nazi.
Wrong. Willie Mac is wrong on this, extremely wrong. There's a lot of things that would give this more context that he just chose to leave out. I don't know if it was that he did a lack of research or he did that on purpose because he just wanted to make an anti-quartering video. So that's what he chose to do. But that's not true. You're leaving out the part that the guy that's making these accusations, that's throwing the victim card out, that he's friends with someone who tried to cancel and led a whole cancel group towards trying to ban TheQuartering and get him suspended and false flag and all these other horrible things, right? So actually, I'm not going to say TheQuartering's the victim because I don't like that. I mean, it just sounds horrible. But he was done pretty wrong in this. I'm going to put a clip here to show you guys a little more context, the context that Willie Mac chose to leave out.
Nice. His fans went and called a Jewish professor a Nazi, dude. And then he tried to make himself the victim. Honestly, horrible behavior, guys. What Willie fails to mention is that in this very video, they attempt to cancel TheQuartering. Now, I remember this drama because I was a fan of Count Dankula back in the day, and I actually remember him making a 30-minute video on this entire situation. Now, let's see how, Jeremy wasn't really getting harassed. He made himself a victim, WillyMacShow. Let's see what these people were saying about Jeremy.
I know a lot of you might be aware of all the drama that's going on in the Magic the Gathering community in regards to Jeremy of Unsleeved Media being accused of harassment by Magic the Gathering cosplayer Christine Spankle. Christine Spankle announced that she was quitting the Magic the Gathering cosplay community due to what she claimed to be 2 years of harassment from Jeremy of Unsleeved Media. This lit a bit of a dumpster fire in the community, and it started a little bit of a Me Too campaign with other people coming forward with further allegations of apparent harassment from Jeremy. At the same time, they were all encouraging harassment towards Jeremy. But there's something important in this situation that is extremely groundbreaking. Something that everyone should probably have looked into before they jumped on the bandwagon. It was all a big fucking lie.
Of course, if you want to see this video in full, he has almost 30 minutes worth of him explaining why these are false, supporting how Jeremy is actually being harassed. And I'll include a little bit more at the end here about how they basically were making guides on how to flag his YouTube channel to try and get it taken down. But nah, man, he's just making himself the fucking victim as per usual. Fucking snowflake, take this L.
So even despite all of this evidence that's been presented so far, the only things that I can actually really fault Jeremy on is the time where he called that woman out for wanting to join Antifa when she clearly didn't. She just wanted information. And also the time where he tried to arrange for people to go up to Wedge at that event and ask him stupid questions through the microphone. That had potential to go wrong, so I'll grant you that. He shouldn't have done that. But those are really the only things that I can actually fault Jeremy on. And they're not harassment. It's just not harassment. Whereas all of the people that have sided with Sprankle in the Wizards community are actively encouraging a hate campaign against Jeremy. They're trying to get his YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, absolutely every area of his social media and livelihood taken down, all based on a fucking lie because this girl still cannot provide any evidence of 2 years worth of harassment. It seems that the main thing that he does that all of you have a problem with is he calls you out on your bullshit and he makes fun of you while doing so. and you can't handle it. You can't handle some mean words. Whereas all of the people that have sided with Spranko are encouraging a hate campaign against Jeremy. The entire fucking subreddit is doing a hate campaign against Jeremy. Everyone is instructing each other to flag his YouTube, flag his Patreon, flag his Facebook, and get all of those taken down. And they're even producing guides on how to do this specifically for Jeremy. They are trying to petition Wizard to actually get him banned from all Wizards of the Coast events. And on top of all that, they're also trying to petition to get people banned from Magic the Gathering events just based on their opinion.
After the professor is done explaining how his family went through the Holocaust, Jeremy then makes a oven joke about roasting the professor.
I don't want to do. All right, fine. Hold on. Looks like we're going to have to roast the professor.
Very based.
So let me get this straight. Because of what the professor is, we're not allowed to say the words roast. So because I'm black, you shouldn't ever be able to say the words whoop to me, slay. Nothing of that nature. I don't want to hear how nice and smooth your shirt feels because it's made out of cotton. You can't say nothing. Right? No, that sounds stupid, bro. That sounds crazy. I'm telling you, this is a real SJW. He's the SJW, right? And I'm going by his definition, all the things that he's accusing the Quartering of, right? And then the reasons why the Quartering's evil because of this. He's having. But then this is what you put out. This that hot fire. This what you got in these streets. That's what you kicking. Man, if you don't get out of here with that.
I made some tweets pointing out the hypocrisy of his brand, and as you might be able to guess, he took offense to it. Actually, he took no offense to it. It didn't bother him at all. He wanted to show how little it bothered him by quote tweeting it several times and arguing with as many people as possible about how little it bothered him. He then leaked DMs of me from 2 years ago showing that I complimented him for helping out another YouTuber with something. I don't really remember what it was.
Oh my God, who cares? Who cares? Who gives a damn, fam? Like, oh, he did this tweet. These tweets, gosh. Okay, no more, bro. Like, there, I ain't gonna. There was a time where I'd be like, oh, you got him. You ain't get nobody there. You supposed to say he's sensitive because you gave him criticism and he responded. This is crazy. People expect you to be a punching bag. Yes, I do think that there's situations and things that you should not respond to, right? But in today's society, as well as within this sphere of YouTube, you do have to defend yourself. Look at Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate chose to use your approach, WillyMac, where he just ignored things and kept it pushing. And a lot of things got misinterpreted and a lot of lies were spread on him and he was banned, right? And that's foul. Andrew Tate himself said that he wished that he could have spoken out more. So now you're condemning someone for speaking against your claims, even though I'm admitting from what I've seen from your video footage that it's not really valid, bro. Like a lot of this stuff is nasty that you're trying to put on this man. That's not really true. But he's wrong for replying. That's crazy. Huh. There's going to come a time when you get big enough, because you're pretty big now, but you're going to get bigger. You're going to keep doing videos, people like you, whatever. And maybe you might go back and forth with a creator. And I want you to remember that, because when they start calling you a pussy ass bitch, I want you to remember what you said about the Quartering replying and giving his opinion.
When my video finally dropped, I didn't even tag him. Why would I? He said he doesn't care. I'm an internet rando. As soon as my video released, Jeremy was immediately in the replies. Great job, dude. Make sure to run those mid-rolls as well. Thank you, I will.
Let me get this straight, fam. You could be all on his Twitter, replying and commenting, screenshotting, using things for your video, but forbid he ever goes to yours? That's not allowed? That's kind of, wow. Okay, all right. Holier than thou attitude from the commentary community.
Tommy C and Nick goofed on Jeremy a little bit for posting a video where he is completely drunk.
I feel so powerless. More and more creators are reaching out to me.
I think it's a funny clip.
I'm sure a lot of people think it's a funny clip. I reviewed that. Yeah, whatever. But comedy's subjective, right? People could think things are funny that I don't think is funny. I do want to point out that Tommy C and Nicholas DeOrio are just sitting there as a video plays, and you found that according reading something on his videos was lazy content. And I noticed that you didn't say anything about their content. So maybe you could answer if there was a clear bias on that. I don't know. Maybe. Seems like it. Seems like you're super anti the quartering, to be honest. Seems like you watched him and you were a fan of him. And now you see that you could get some clicks off of it. That's what it feels like, in my personal opinion. But whatever, you could disagree. But in that clip, the quartering is upset because YouTubers are losing their channels. But all of that gets skipped over. Like, no one even talks about that. And as I pointed out before, I think that maybe Willie Mac might not actually care about YouTubers losing their channel unless it benefits him. So, whatever. But if people want to clown and just crack jokes, okay. It just don't seem right because it seems like a huge bias. Huge bias.
I'm starting to think that drinking makes Jeremy extra sensitive, so I propose a solution. See, put down the whiskey and pick up the ganj. Might settle you down a little bit, keep you out of trouble.
I ain't going front. That's the one time I've agreed with Willie Mac in this entire ordeal. Yeah, that might be a better choice, man. That might be a better choice. I was rolling up and lighting and smoking this entire time while recording.
They had a saying when I was young. When life hands you lemons, you light that stuff, smoke that stuff, and you pass that stuff. There you go.
He wanted to debate on his channel, but not with me, with Keemstar. Yo, Keemstar, you're talking a ton of shit. Want to come on my show? Jeremy, the only reason people are talking shit about you is because of my video. The fact that you're trying to turn this into a thing with Keem is a perfect example of your grift. You're dodging me to go after someone with more subs. Either ignore it or confront me.
Okay, so the same way you're saying that, one can argue that you're grifting Willie Mac because seems like you're trying to persuade him to come and speak to you, right? Which would bring you even more attention and bring you more clout. And it's like, why would you talk to the bigger creator? Why won't you talk to me? It doesn't matter if the other bigger creator actually did talk crap about you. No, you need to come and talk to me. Come stoop down to my level. Right, whatever. One can argue that that's grifting as well. Me personally, I don't need to have a conversation with anybody that I speak about. It's not necessary. If they want to, and I think that anything can be achieved as far as maybe a better understanding, sure. Right? If they just want to have a yelling match, I've been there, done that. They want to have a roasting battle, been there, done that. You're going to have to pay me, boy. I'll have conversations, but it would have to be a conversation. Right? I don't be feeling like it. I just don't be feeling like doing blood sport no more at this moment, unless it's for entertainment's sake and I'm being paid for it. But then after that, no, I'm cool.
When Kourtney Kardashian tweeted out that she was attracted to gamers, Jeremy let it all out. There's no bigger red flag than a woman saying they like nerds. It's a cringe plea for attention that's been deployed by attractive airheads for years. Who hurt you, Jeremy? Did something happen, big guy? Stick to reruns of Big Bang Theory. Lady nerds like silicon, not silicone.
Actually, the quartering's right. I know you don't want to hear that, Willie Mac, but for years, especially within the streaming and online world, a lot of these models will come on in front and say that they're fans of the comic book industry or anime, gaming, all these things so they can build a following and get a bunch of people to sign up for their platforms like, I don't know, maybe even OnlyFans, stuff like that. I've seen a girl get interviewed and they was like, yo, we see a bunch of comic book stuff in your background. You can tell that the interviewer was excited because he's like, I like comic books. Maybe she'll like it. That's so dope. And she's like, nope, don't know none of that stuff. My manager put it there. So I don't really think that what Jeremy said was far off, but maybe I'm crazy. I'm not crazy.
Jeremy's also gone on weird fantasy rants about Gina Carano.
Gina and I could do an excellent on-screen romance where like, I'm the best friend. I'm like her best friend, but I pine after her. And then she just keeps banging all these other dudes. And then I'm like all sad. And then she like realizes that I was me all along. and that she comes to, and then she comes to realize it, and then we live happily ever after. Like, I think we could do that. I mean, that's what I think. I just mean, like, I think it's there. She could just keep hooking up with fit dudes, MMA dudes, and then like they don't make her laugh, they don't get her. And then there's me. I'm just like, oh, hey Gina. Oh, you look tired. Did you bang another dude tonight? Oh, sweet. And then like my heart's breaking,
Okay. He was tripping on that one. He was wild on that one, right? I just think he was just in his bag and he just went too deep into Imagination Station and was just saying whatever. I know he's not as, I can't even say I know he's not a simp because he has a wife. I would hope that he's not. That was crazy. Fam, I'm unbiased. I got to keep it real. That was a crazy clip right there.
If you're the kind of guy who bashes others for a living, but you turn out to be overly sensitive yourself, how could a viewer take your content seriously? Would you be a fraud? And that's the conundrum we enter today as we take a brief look at TheQuartering, or Jeremy Hambly.
You know what's coming.
That was a big ass word. I ain't gonna run. Yo, college working for this dude, Nick, man. College is out here doing this man wonders. I'm gonna need to get a word of the day calendar. I'm gonna say conundrum. How you say it like that? How you said that like that? Yo, conundrum. Ooh.
He was banned from Gen Con for basically being assaulted at a bar completely separate from the convention. Have you ever in your life heard of someone getting banned for being physically assaulted and trying to find out who did it? Jeremy claims he was sucker punched by a professor who apparently likes to wear a dress in his spare time. Of course, TheQuartering has turned around and defended himself, right? No, he didn't? No, actually, in fact, TheQuartering allowed his fans to crowdfund a lawsuit to beat the guy up the most alpha way possible in the courts.
If you shut up for a second.
Hold up. Is this the guy, Nicholas DeOrio, the same person from the community that championed Salvo against Deaf Noodles? Where he was like, I was insulted. He got shoved off stage, right? He was in there making a ruckus and causing a scene and banging on windows. My man got shoved. He was, I might sue. Ha, 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 ha. And the commentary community was just over there, just welcoming that energy. They loved every moment of it. But now, when it's TheQuartering, yo, that's crazy, yo. Just the alpha move. This is what the alpha move is. You should go in there and fight. Yo, bro, Nicholas DeOrio, and this isn't a threat. Nicholas DeOrio, if anyone of my stature saw you in real life, right, and really approached you on some gangster-ish, you would run. You would hide underneath a desk and you would beg for Tommy C to come and save you with his military skills, bro. You're going to recognize in that moment that you're not built like that. If someone is attacked and they want to press charges or like take it to the law in any way, shape, or form, take it to the courts, that's their right, bro. I'm not going to think any less of anybody, especially if you are a civilian. You see, BXBeastBoy wasn't always a civilian in these streets. And I thought like that because I was actually out here in these streets. Now, BXBeastBoy is a civilian. I will 100% call the cops on you. You will go to jail if you attack me. That's real. You want to get your hands on me, step your name up, get one of these Jake Paul guys to put us on a boxing event, and then we can make some money. Don't let these cornballs make you think that that's gangster. That's not tough. It's not. I've seen tough. I am tough. At least I used to be. And I'm even saying, nah, I'm a civilian. I don't want no parts in that.
Is the reason I was banned. I was never banned before that.
That's the reason they used, because they don't like you.
Okay, but Keem, for fuck's sake, dude, if that didn't happen, then they wouldn't have had the reason, would they?
Regardless, they don't like you, and you were banned. Big deal. The guy punching you isn't the reason why you lost money.
It absolutely is.
And not only that, you're
just wrong. Jesus Christ, dude.
No, in all honesty, by default, Keemstar would be wrong, because even if they didn't like him being attacked, leading to him being banned, would mean that if he wasn't attacked, he would still be there and maybe he would get some income off of that. So by default, Keemstar is wrong.
Jeremy is visibly intoxicated from a few hours prior sitting in the driver's seat of his vehicle with the car clearly turned on.
Seriously, I'm so proud of all of you. What good is a platform if you can't do good with it? For as much drama milking as I do, we do so much more good.
So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, big bad anti-SJW, whose channel's based on giving criticism, is the equivalent of, well, a college sorority girl filling your timeline about how she thinks her boyfriend is cheating on her after downing an entire bottle of wine. Don't forget, this is a dude who's visibly drunk behind the wheel of a car, which doesn't prove he drove it, of course. That's neither here nor there. But in most states, you don't even have to be in trouble.
Detective DeOrio on the case. He is out here, boy. Detective DeOrio. He's like, most cases, you better stop talking about me. Better stop talking about me. Because in most cases, you shouldn't even been behind the car. Behind the wheel. Behind the car or behind the wheel. Come on, gee.
I have no fucking idea why all these people are upset. So I'm here to be educated. I would like to be educated.
You want to be educated, so you threw the first punch, but you want to be educated.
No, I don't think I did.
You don't. You don't think that when we fired up a stream called Bo Blacks gave Trisha Paytas herpes, and we ran and did a caller stream where 9 minutes out of the entire hour that was broadcasted to 200 people was giggling at your video, never in our fucking wildest dreams thinking that it would offend you. Actually,
what the hell? Yo, nah, boy. Nah. You dig yourself into a hole there. What? How is that not throwing the first punch? It don't matter. It don't matter how weak the first punch was thrown. It was still thrown. You're bugging. You could have came into this debate and went and talked about the actual issues, but you're playing victim right now, which is not true. You sent a shot. It could have been it's just a joke. It could have been on some, we never thought it would have been that serious. And the title is it. You still sent a shot. What are you talking about? If I talk about people right now, in this moment, I'm talking about DeOrio. I don't even got to say if, right? I have spoken about DeOrio before, and he blocked me on Twitter. I just was like, okay. I think I'm still blocked on Twitter, bro, from a video that don't even exist right now because I had to revamp my channel because of other reasons that we can't really get into. Cancel culture. But yeah, fam, he's definitely gonna react in a certain way. So like, how can someone who is so sensitive, like DeOrio, who blocked me just because I gave an opinion? The video wasn't even really about him, but he's calling TheQuartering sensitive and saying that he sent the first punch. He threw the first punch. That's a lie. You did. No matter if you thought it was a joke or no one would have took it, you still did. Right? So bare minimum, you have to at least admit that, right? At least maybe I got integrity. I'll let you know, yo, I sent the first joint. I threw a jab. There's people that, fam, I've beefed with YouTubers that have doxed me. And I can admit, I roasted them. I roasted them. I didn't deserve to be doxed, obviously, but I roasted them. I would be lying if I was just like, I was just sitting here doing nothing. No, I roasted them and they overreacted. We can admit that maybe TheQuartering overreacted, but if you're just going to play innocent, you never was wrong, ever.
So right off the bat here, it's clear, at least to me, that Jeremy is either attempting to twist the situation in some kind of way, knowing how ridiculous he looks, which is also evident by his attempt to back out of the initial debate in the...
What? This is obvious that he tried to twist this, even though when you asked who sent the first punch, I said that it was you, but I just described that I and Tommy C sent the first punch. We threw it, but we just thought that you wouldn't be offended. You still threw the punch. Fam, I have little cousins that's like 5, 6 years old. Every time they see me, they start hitting me in my gut. I'm like, yo, you're wildin'. Fam, it doesn't hurt me, obviously, but they're still punching me. Like, how can you not understand that? This is disingenuous. You mean to tell me out of all the videos I'm watching on the Quartering, there's no legitimate criticism? Only maybe lighthearted roast? You give them that, but then everything else that's supposed to be criticism is you have to deal with these rules. You have to abide by them. And we could do whatever we want. Because I don't know if it's because we're smaller content creators than you. Honestly, everyone I'm talking about today is bigger than me. So am I allowed to do and say whatever I want now? Come on, man. Even DeOrio, if you rewatch this video, you gotta admit that maybe you could have presented this a certain way. And maybe not. Maybe you think that you still stand on everything in this video. And at that point, I would say that you are an idiot. You went to college for nothing. You spend years in college for absolutely nothing. Or it could be the other option of you're just being disingenuous and you're lying. So you could be a victim and this can help you build your channel. Because guys, this video is old and he did build his channel. Oh boy, did he.
First of all, I had no idea. I don't watch your show. I don't listen to your show. I'm sure it's excellent.
I bet you didn't even watch the clip.
Why would I watch it?
Because that's the fucking thing we're arguing about, Quartering.
No.
Why would he need to? How would that change his argument? It might make him less offended, but I don't think it would change the argument. Like what? Nah. You still sent the first shot. And that's not me even saying Quartering should overreact like this because he got roasted. Not at all. But I just don't like how people play innocent. It was almost as if they did this on purpose just to create these moments so they can grow their platform. DeOrio 100% does this. So like, and a lot of other people in the commentary community, this is all set up and they have meetings behind the scenes and decide, okay, this is where we're going to do this. Okay, you do this. I'm going to do this. Sometimes if they don't want to get their hands dirty, they'll leak a call to another channel that's in these groups. They were like, yo, you go and talk about that, get some views, because I want to keep my hands clean. Yo, that's so nasty. That's so disgusting.
The debate is questioning your ability to criticize others after revealing that you're unable to look past a simple podcast that won't be seen by more than 5,000 viewers, where the hosts are just giggling at you for slapping your desk.
That's a lot. That's actually a lot of viewers, fam. But even with that being said, maybe it's a fair criticism that he shouldn't be offended at all, especially if you give criticism, but to act as if something's wrong with the person, though, for giving you a response itself, I do think that's crazy. I will say, in this situation with Tommy C and Nicholas DeOrio roasting the Quartering, I do think the Quartering could have just ignored it. And if he chose to not rock with these two and just not deal with them, then that would have been cool and he could have just kept moving, doing his content, right? I don't think he had to even reply to it at all. He didn't have to.
I want to know, what about laughing at your overreactions in a video made you so offended?
Well, you're making a huge assumption. Is that
Well, see, that was a loaded question, especially in the moment. He said that he wasn't offended. So by you loading the question up like that, fam, I wouldn't have even continued the conversation, fam. Like, I'm gonna be honest, because it would just get into us talking in circles. I'd have been like, well, I said I wasn't offended, so. Oh, wow. No. We're not going to play that game. I already know how this works. I've watched you clowns do this to a bunch of people and get away with it.
Other thing is, you're mentioning like you had a relationship with Tommy. Are you aware that we played a clip today of you donating to the Ralph Retort, demanding to see Tommy's flag history? Like during this time frame? Oh, well, wait a minute.
TheQuartering, hello, sir, says, I'm starting to suspect we need to ask to see Tommy's flag history. You know what? I'm starting to suspect that same thing as well.
Oh, shit. Well, it seems you've walked right into that one, didn't you?
Wow. So wait, why didn't Tommy C find this stuff when he actually thought they were friends too? Fam, even Tommy C said they were friendly. So to pull this out, like, oh, you hypocrites. So Tommy C's a hypocrite too. Especially if you knew this and you just banked it and saved it. Kind of like how he suspected you were doing to him. That's why Tommy C and you don't really get along right now, I think. Because he thought that you were saving information to try to expose him. So is that what Tommy C did? Who knows? Who cares at this point? It's just bickering and pettiness. And it's like, fam, if I was the quartering, I wouldn't have even engaged in this debate or conversation. What's the point? If there's none.
I'm sure he'd be willing to show it to you.
Okay, well,
if
then
you guys are
perfect.
so
It's money
cool,
well spent.
no, if you guys are so cool, then why would you demand to see Tommy's flag history? That doesn't seem like.
Do you understand? I mean, it could be
you
sarcasm.
demanded to see his flag. No, Ralph was saying that you needed to see the flag history. This was when we were talking about a Tonka debate. It was very clear what you were doing there.
No, I'm not rolling with that. It's not very clear because it was through text. Right? He was reading out a chat. Now, if you had audio, then maybe we could clarify. But to be honest, we don't know if he was being sarcastic or not. So it's okay for you and Tommy C to roast the quartering and joke on him, but he can't throw jokes about Tommy C. That's kind of seems unfair, man. So no, I don't think that was clear at all.
But I don't care about Tommy's flag history. I don't care about any of this.
But yeah, that's the point.
Oh, I said a thing, so I must have been seriously invested in it. It is the internet.
Instead of taking me in a circle, let's go back to the point at hand.
Okay, change the topic.
Yeah. I'm not changing the topic. The topic of
no, that's you're reaching, bro. You're reaching. I can't believe I used to actually think these guys were good at debating. Nicholas DeOrio. I've seen him get smoked on a plethora of times, and that's not saying just because you guys smoked that means you suck at debating. But he's talking in circles more than the quartering is in this moment, to be honest. Fam, like, who cares? You're bitching and complaining about things that don't really even matter, right? If this is so beneath you, why even debate about it? Oh, that's right. You wanted the clout that it would bring you. Come on, bro. Who y'all think y'all fooling?
God, that's great to hear. He tried to change the subject so quickly that he accused me of changing it when I brought him back on topic. Well, that really plays into the social climber label that the community assigned to you, Jeremy, don't you think? You really would sell out.
Yo, Fab. Nicholas DeOrio and anyone from the commentary community calling anyone a social climber is insane due to the fact that they all do that. They all do that. They build their entire fan base off of it. What is he talking about? Phil, are you joking? Yeah, you kidding. He's joking. He got me. There's no way he actually is saying this. So Ethan Klein and his horse, aka H3H3 podcast, decided that they wanted to send some shots. Shots at the quartering. Oh, it's crazy.
The quartering had a meltdown about us.
Love.
Actually didn't have me in the title, but I used this photo. He has the craziest thumbnails ever. We always talk about it. Ethan Klein busted lying about Twitter ban. H3 podcast host spirals. What? Are you watching the same show? The quartering had a meltdown about us.
Love. Ethan is such a hypocrite. He could sit there and do the same exact thing that he is complaining about. Only like 5 minutes later, it was not even that much, maybe 2 minutes difference. That's how Ethan Klein is. That's how H3H3 is. That's how Mr. Ed, give me a carrot, is. Only a few people gonna get that joke. You're OG for real. You're a real OG if you understand that joke. But yo, this dude is such a hypocrite out the gate. I'm not hearing like an actual piece of criticism in any way, shape, or form. You're not giving the quartering any at all. He's just being a hypocrite with your corny ass wife and your corny ass team.
These people
Not
are
that it makes
addicted
any
to Twitter.
Dude, Jeremy. Okay, I'm losing my mind. Let me go back a little bit. Jeremy, before I watch this, he is notorious for saying Twitter is bad and I'm quitting it. He's done that like 5 times and he comes back the next day every time. Yep. He's such a pathetic Twitter freak.
So what? This is what, like, no one, let me not say this is what, because there's a plethora of things that cause me not to like his whole crew. This is one of the things I don't like about a lot of bigger content creators who would try to shame you for being on Twitter. They are aware that you're a public figure, right? And then sometimes it's necessary to use certain platforms, no matter how trash it is. I don't like Twitter. I don't like it. I don't like it. Guess what? I got a Twitter, and I'm trying to be more active on there because it is definitely necessary, especially me being a small channel, super necessary for my growth, right? As it's part of being a public figure. It would be dumb to not have any of these things if you were a creator, right? Even if you're barely using it, it's still good to have it, just in case. You might have supporters that go to that and they're active on there and they're looking for you. So why not be on the platform? Even if you don't really rock with it, are you going to be on it all day? Right? Nah, not really. But if you are doing it for business, right, and for you as a public figure, I don't see why not, bro. It's a part of business.
Well, he'll also have people that he claims is not him run his account.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But he always gets too drunk and then forgets that he said that and just starts tweeting at himself at some point, like at 1 a.m. the next day.
Angrily tweet about it.
Bro,
it wasn't really.
That's really not at all what happened.
The tweet was a joke.
Yeah, he doesn't show the tweet, of course.
Right.
Because he makes it sound like I went over there and I was like, this is unfair, Elon Musk. It's not, it happened at all. And it wasn't even me, by the way.
All those clips are from the same video, by the way. Just thought you should know that. Oh, I don't think TheQuartering, he quote unquote, meaning that they don't think it's true. I don't think he actually has people doing tweets for him on his Twitter. That's impossible. 5 seconds later, yeah, that wasn't even me tweeting on my Twitter. I had someone else tweeting on my. So if you can do that, right, and that wasn't you sending out tweets and you have a team that's doing that, why is it so impossible that TheQuartering could be doing the same thing? Why is that like so foreign? That's like such a foreign idea. What? He's conservative, so it's impossible. We can't ever think that it's possible. Right, honey? And that's when the wife like, give me a carrot.
You remember how Quartering had his original channel was trying to get kids to send him mail so he could email them or mail them candy and toys that he won in an arcade?
Wait, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I know.
Just in the drain.
His first hobby was he was making a channel about going to arcades and playing all the games there. He's a claw machine fanatic. And he was like, guys watching, send me your address and I'll hook you guys up. He was not joking. That was dead serious.
I really don't like how nasty Ethan makes that sound. Would I do that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I ain't sending you a damn thing, brother. Shoot, I'm still trying to get my P.O. box. All right, so people can send me stuff. My supporters been asking me to get a P.O. box for over a year, but I went one time. No, correction. I went 3 times, 3 days back to back, and it deserves me to make a video of a story time about that. It was some of the most frustrating stuff. Oh, man. Maybe I need to try it again. I am going to. I am whenever I have the time. But yeah, like you see how Ethan's trying to spin that to make that seem crazy? He had a channel that was him playing games and winning toys, and he was saying that he would send it to his fans. Oh no. Stop the presses. We have to, we gotta cancel him. 86 him right now. Right now, we need to take him. What's wrong with Ethan Klein? This is what he does. This is what he does on a regular basis. He ain't never learned no lesson. Never learned no lesson, man. The day he gets sued, and I'm trying not to be petty and not wish bad stuff on anyone, but the day he gets sued, bro, like, and I'm talking about somebody for real, and they got the money and they willing to go really all out, I'm definitely covering that. And I'm gonna try my best while I'm covering that to not smile. No promises though. No promises. I'm not trying to be petty. But like on a regular basis, he just makes things up about people or takes something and tries to make it seem like the worst thing in the world.
Hey guys, I'm in jail for child molestation. Anyway,
it does look like a mugshot.
Yeah, he looks like he's in prison.
You ever wonder why smaller creators would just throw nasty ass allegations out to try to rise in popularity and somehow maybe potentially get to the level of where Ethan Klein is at?
Yeah, there you go. Right there, you witness. You're witness to why they do that, because they see bigger channels like him and his nasty ass horse crew, and they just sitting there chucking it up. Yeah. Ain't that so funny? Yeah. Disgusting. In conclusion, I think that a lot of people definitely they don't really have true opinions. They don't have honest opinions on the quartering. I think they go with the wave. They just follow the trends and they want to get those clicks and the views, fam. I did this video because my supporters said that they wanted to see it. And I thought it would be fun, right? That's the only reason why I even put it on the poll. I was like, why not? Why not put it on the poll? Let's see what they have to say in the comment sections, and let's have more fun on this channel. I want to start doing more documentaries on this. So yeah, man, that's my opinion on the quartering, and I guess other people's opinions on the quartering. See you guys later. Watch more videos, man, and sign up for my Patreon if you can. If not, don't worry about it. Watch more videos. That's plenty of help, man. That's more than enough. See you guys later.